Hello, this is Geology of National Parks. I'm Zane Vastala, and my national park is Zion National Park. Zion's National Park Challenge is the number of tourists that they have every year. Zion National Park has had the third number of visitors in 2019. Only Smoky Mountain National Park and Grand Canyon National Park have had more visitors. Some of the parks actually had over 1,000 visitors a day on some of the trails. This trip to Zion National Park from Brainerd would take 24 hours as a road trip, or you could fly 6.5 hours to St. George, Utah, and then you would have to rent a car and pack it up and drive an hour to the park. However, this 24-hour drive that they show on Google Map doesn't include stops for fuel, food, lodging, anything like that. So it's 24 hours of just straight driving time to get there. Zion National Park is in the southwest corner of the state of Utah. If you do take the drive, I do suggest that you take the drive. Coming into Utah, this is about the central part of Utah, east central part of the state, coming into the parks, you have Arches National Park first, and then you come to the little town of Moab. Moab is a super cool little town, kind of like Nisswa, where there's a lot of shops, there's restaurants and lodging, and has a little bit of everything. It's a really neat little town. And there's really nothing else all the way across this line of parks until you get to the St. George. So it's a good place to stay before you make the trek. Coming across this line of parks, you'll go across from Arches. You also see Capitol Reef, Canyonlands, Bryce Canyon, and Zion National Park. If you do make this journey, road trip, America the Beautiful Pass is a great way to save some money. This is something that our family did. We buy this national park pass. It's good for all the national parks across the United States. It's one of those stickers that you put in the front window of your vehicle. It's good for everybody that's in the vehicle, up to 4 adults. Making that drive across the national parks, at a point there, you turn on State Highway 9, which is the Zion Mount Carmel Highway, and that takes you through Zion National Park. There's so many beautiful spots to pull off the road and look at the views and take pictures. It's really fabulous. This is one of those views that I couldn't find in our personal pictures, so I found this picture online. This is a view of a cutout from the tunnel. This is actually just before you come out of the tunnel, and it's just before the park. But it's driving through the tunnel, and all of a sudden there's this cutout, like a cave window. It's really neat. But imagine making that drive, 1,500 miles, over 24 hours worth of driving, getting there and finding out parking full sign. How devastating would that be, right? The National Park Service recommends that you don't wait for an open spot, but drive on to Springdale. Never park on vegetation or in a manner that blocks traffic. The reason for this is because a lot of people that go to the park go there for an all-day adventure, whether it be hiking or camping or whatever they're doing. They're there all day long, so a lot of the time you won't find somebody leaving. So either you wait until evening when somebody finally leaves, or you go on to Springdale, which makes way more sense. When you get there and you see the sign, and like I said, the best thing to do is drive to Springdale. There is a free shuttle that will take you back to Zion to the visitor center. However, parking is not free, and that when you pay for the parking, that doesn't get you into the park, and vice versa. The park pass doesn't get you free parking. You have to get them both separate. This also means that your America the Beautiful Pass that you got for your car won't work here either. However, the shuttle is a nice way of getting around. It does help some of the congestion and help with the parking issues. Once you get to the visitor center off the first shuttle, you have to get in line for a second shuttle. That shuttle takes you up to the Narrows. You have to wait through several shuttles before there's room to board, and sometimes there's standing room only. That's pretty common. However, the shuttle is pretty quick, gets you up into the Narrows, and there's a lot to see. Millions of people ride the free shuttle every year, and during the busy times there can be an hour wait. So the best thing to do is get there early in the morning. But here's the main point: pack your patience and plan ahead. If you're expecting to go there and not see any other people, you're in for a rude awakening. There are a lot of people in this park. It's very highly traveled, and there's good reason for it. Some of the views are gorgeous. Some of the sights are just awesome. Once you take the shuttle bus up and it drops you off in the Narrows, this is the paved trail that'll take you up along the Virgin River. And it's a nice little short walk that goes up to the Weeping Rock, which is like a wall where the waterfall is along one side, and then this wall has a constant little rain coming off of it. It's just super neat. Then the trail ends beneath an arc overhang, and from that point on you can take multiple other hikes. The Narrows is a hike beyond the paved trail that takes you up into the narrowest part of the canyon that was carved from the Virgin River. The Emerald Pools is another trail that you can take. From the Zion Lodge, there's a half-mile walk up to the lower Emerald Pool. And then you can go up from there to the middle pool. And if you're really adventurous and like hiking and the climbing, you can go up to the highest, the upper Emerald Pools. If you do like all the hiking and that, check out this view. Hiking is one of the most amazing things you'll do, and this is one of the most amazing experiences that you'll have. The wider array of trails have a variety of difficulty levels, from, like I said, that paved trail, which is good for young children, all the way up to the elderly, or you can take these which require a little bit more skill and knowledge, but it all is worth it. Some of these views are the reason why this is one of my favorite national parks. But in conclusion, the main point is it is one of the most traveled parks. There's a lot of people, and you need to plan ahead. Get there early in the morning, and if you do take some of the higher hikes, you'll get away from some of the people and enjoy your stay. I do encourage you to go visit Zion National Park. Thank you very much for your time.